Hello, this video is about Melissa Veatch, federal number 69224080. She was sentenced to 400 months in federal prison for her role in a conspiracy. Her case is unique in the fact that one of the individuals that cooperated against her wrote a letter, reached out to her attorney, and said that the amount of drugs that they were putting on her is not what she said. They put 1,281 ounces from this individual on Melissa Veatch. This person said that she said only 71 ounces. Melissa Veatch was sentenced due to her drug amount to 400 months of her life in prison. We have all of the paperwork. If anybody would like to see the continuances that they tried to get, we have all that stuff available. As you listen to her story, we just pray that you would get involved. There's a change.org petition in the description of the video. Please click the little arrow that points down, click that, and click the petition and sign that for her. Please share this video and the petition wherever you possibly can. Thank you all, and God bless. Hello?
You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. This call is from Melissa Veatch, an inmate at a federal prison. This call is being recorded and is subject to monitoring. Hang up to decline the call or to accept. Dial 5 now. If you wish to block any future calls. Hello?
Hi, Melissa. How you doing?
Hi. I'm okay.
So I just want to let you know that we are recording this for your interview.
Okay.
If I could just get a little background information from you before we actually get into the details.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What is your full name?
Melissa Veatch, and it's V as in Victor, EATCH.
And what is your register number?
69224-080.
And your mailing address?
It's Waseca. It's FCI Waseca, P.O. Box 1731, Waseca, Minnesota 56093.
Okay. And do you have children?
Do I have children?
Yes.
Yes, I have 3.
And how old are they?
One will be 31 in October, and then Chance is 25, and Macy's 23.
That's great. That's great. So, just to get a better understanding about you and who you are, when you were younger, did you have some things that you wanted to accomplish or things that you wanted to do, dreams, goals, aspirations, stuff like that?
When I was little, this is going to be so crazy. When I was little, I wanted to be a defense attorney.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know why I wanted to be that, because it made no sense, but my mom always said, "You want to be a lawyer still?" And I'd go, "Yeah."
Yeah. Well, coming from that point until now, where do you feel like things started to take a turn for the worse for you?
When I was 14, my mom and my stepdad divorced, and my mom didn't really ever know how to say no to us. We just kind of started raising ourselves. I might have been 13 or 14. I started using meth.
Oh, no.
At that point. Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
Going forward, how did things progressively get worse, and where did it end you in trouble with the law?
Well, when I was 16, I got pregnant, and then he was abusive, so I took Chase, and we moved to Stephenville with my mom. And by that time, she was real heavy into drugs, and so I got introduced more into it. And I met a meth cook when I was 18, I guess, and I took off with him, and my life was never the same after that. I was real heavy into drugs, and I began to shoot up meth, and then I started having to, he got busted, and so it was just a spiral effect after that. By then I had a child with him, so I had 2 kids, and I had to support him when he went to jail, and so I just started doing whatever I had to do to support my drug habit and to feed them. That's basically what happened.
And when it comes to this conspiracy itself, what was your involvement, and how did you get brought into it?
Um, I had been in Texas prison. I'm from Texas, and I got out of TDC, which is Texas State Prison, in the end of 2014. And like I said, I'm a serious meth addict, and so I always revert back to using. And when I this call is from a federal prison. I'm sorry. When I got out this last time from there, I got out, and what I went home to was my son had started using heroin, and my younger son has schizophrenia, and he just needed help real bad. And then my mom had gone crazy too, kind of. She was on opiates, and they were all just living in a rat-infested apartment with roaches and no car, no food, literally nothing, And so I did what I know how to do, and I went and I picked up some dope, and I went back and told her to pack her bags. We were going to get out of there,
Right.
So it's always been me kind of the one that had to. I'm trying not to cry.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I guess I've always been the one that had to do everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I didn't really ever have a chance. So I guess I got involved with the wrong people.
No, yeah, I understand.
And within a year, I was indicted by the feds and charged with 50 kilos of methamphetamine. And it was crazy to me because I never got busted with not 1 gram. Every single gram of meth that's charged to me is co-conspirator hearsay.
So,
and it's just, I don't know how it happened. I don't know. I'm not innocent. I'm not saying that, but I was living in a rundown motel, you know what I mean, with my kid and no car because he wrecked it and we couldn't afford insurance. And I'm not sure how I got charged with $5 million worth of drugs.
So, could you? So the amount of drugs you're saying is not a reality, and that amount is based upon the testimony of co-conspirators in your case.
Yeah.
So when you talked to your attorney, did you bring that up to him, and did you say that these amounts are not real?
I tried and tried. And I even at one point the one person. I don't want to slander her name really, but there's one person individually that put 39,000 grams on me. She said that she bought 29 ounces from me 42 times, and that statement alone is just crazy, And so when I saw her, I said, "Well, why did you say that?" You know what I mean? And she said, "I didn't say that. I swear to you, I didn't say that." And so I asked her if she'd write a statement saying the truth. And all I wanted was the truth to be told. I didn't mind going to prison. I mean, I did, but I could accept that. I could accept being sentenced. I could accept everything that I've done my whole life, but base it on the truth,
Right.
So she signed a statement for me, and then I told my lawyer, to please come interview her, and he just never did. He wasn't interested in it. He filed 2 continuances to try to submit the statement into court, but McBride kept saying everything. This call is from a federal prison. Thing that I was objecting to was meritless, and if I kept going, I would lose my acceptance points. So, I mean, they just wouldn't listen to me. Nobody would listen to me. They wouldn't accept the statement. They wouldn't even listen to her. Try to tell the truth.
I read through some of your documents, and I read that you were sentenced based upon the drug amount, and that is very important. That if the drug amounts are incorrect, and obviously the time is incorrect. So, had you heard of McBride prior to you being sentenced?
Yeah, I did. I heard about him for years, and what I heard about him was that his nickname was Hang 'em High McBride. Because I remember him making one statement or comment when I was first in court, and I don't even remember seeing it in the records, but he said, and it stuck with me, he said, you people are all the same. And I thought, oh, Lord. That's not good for a federal judge to say. You know what I mean? You people.
So,
Yeah.
Take us to, like, prior to, had you had any discussions with your attorney about how much time you were facing or what they
Um,
were thinking about?
the only thing that gave me a an inkling of what I might have been facing was he came. And now, know that I have I have a horrible criminal history. I've been in trouble with the law since I can remember over dumb stuff that all has to do with me trying to get more drugs. Nothing violent or anything like that, but my criminal history. So, damn, I'm going to have to call you back. I
Okay.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Just
Okay.
whenever I know you have to wait like an hour and then you can call back. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll be waiting to hear from you.
Okay, I'll call back.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Uh-huh.
So where we left off is you were talking. I was asking you, had you had any idea about the time that you were facing, and you were telling me about that you had a criminal history. Did you want to add some more to that?
Yeah, okay, so my court-appointed attorney came in, and he said that the prosecution was offering that if we waived our grand jury indictment, that I could do a 20-year cap. So my whole point to saying about the criminal history is because you would think I would know about the law, but I didn't. You know, I really didn't. I've been in trouble a lot, but I just would take a plea and go to prison, you know, and as messed up as that sounds. But so I asked him, should I take the cap, the 20-year cap? I don't know what's going on. And he said, I can't tell you what to do. That's a decision you have to make yourself. So you either need to sign this, you have until 7 a.m. to sign it or not. And so he never came back. He said he was going to come back. He didn't come back. He called me on the jail phone and said, do you want to sign the 20-year cap or not? And I said, no, because, and my thinking was if they want to waive the grand jury indictment, maybe they realize they don't have any evidence. You know what I mean? So maybe it's a trick. So I didn't take the 20-year cap. Do you see what I'm saying? So
Right.
I thought, well, no, I want them to have to indict me because they don't have anything on me.
Right.
So that's what happened. And so at that point, I thought, okay, I'm looking at least 20 years.
Oh.
You know, I feel like maybe he could have said, hey, your PSI is going to come back to 30 years. You probably should, you know, take the 20-year cap. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's definitely tough. That's definitely tough.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as it gets closer to sentencing, were you still unclear about what exactly was going to happen? And then if you were, walk us through sentencing. What was that like? Who was there? And then how did all of that go?
Okay. When it was, I was going to trial. I was going to continue to go to trial, and they called me.
This call is from a federal prison.
A lawyer called me out of the cell, and he said, you know, you have, at this point, 49,000 grams of dope on you, and you, I would advise you to sit down and tell your side of the story, because I didn't even know 9 of the people that had said that I sold them drugs, you know?
Oh, wow.
So I didn't even know 9 of them. And so I thought in my mind that I could get all this straightened out if I just explained to them, you know, that I don't know these people, you know. And so I sat down with them and the agents, and I said, look, you know, I don't understand how you come to this number. And it was just, you know, a back and forth, you know, and it was a mess. And they pretty much said, well, you know, all these people are credible, and if you go to trial, you're going to get a life sentence. And so at that point, I tell my lawyer, you know, I don't know what to do from here. And so he says, well, you can plead guilty so that we can stop letting the weight add up, and at least then you'll only be sentenced to the, you know, the 49,000 grams. It was just all blowing my mind. I felt like I was fighting the world alone, you know?
Yeah.
And so I pled guilty. And I didn't take a plea agreement. I didn't know what my sentence was going to be. I stood before McBride. I knew that it was going to be 30 to life because by then my PSI had come back real bad, 360 to life, I think. And so I really wasn't by that time, I was, honestly, I just become numb, you know?
Yeah.
And I just really had to accept that. I mean, I was 44, so my life was gone, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I was getting a life sentence anyway, you know? So at that point, I went to sentencing, and I didn't know what I was going to get, and he gave me 400 months.
Oh, my goodness.
You know? Yeah. And at that point, went into not wanting to have hurt anyone at all. And so I said, the bogus proffer that happened, with me trying to tell, I don't want to do that. I want to recant that because I don't want to be a part of any of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I took the sentence, and that's what happened, and here I sit.
Goodness.
And I honestly was never arrested with 1 gram, and there was no phone conversations on me. There was no nothing. And I just feel like the law can't break the law to catch you breaking the law. You know what I mean? Because then where does the good guy, bad guy line get drawn? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The end of the last conversation, you were describing how at sentencing you had received the 400 months. Could you walk us through that? What was it like for you in the courtroom? Was there anybody there with you? And then just what it was like all the way up until the moment that they gave you the sentence.
Okay. No, there was no one there because, like I said, my Chase and Chance are my sons, and one of them struggles with heroin, and the other one has schizophrenia real bad. Like it's not a light case; it's a care level 4. So they couldn't be there. And then their dad, he'd already been through all that federal prison and stuff. So I didn't really want to put that on him, and I knew what I was getting. And my mom had died. My mom overdosed that June. I got picked up in April, and then she overdosed on opiates in June. And my grandma had died that Easter. So I pretty much lost my whole family during this,
That's terrible.
And so there was no one there, And the agents I guess the Homeland Security showed up to testify against me. And it was just me and my attorney. And I tried to speak from my heart, you know what I mean? And the Judge McBride, he didn't want to hear it, basically, And so it was real hard because I felt like, I don't know how to explain it, like just one little person against the whole United States, And there was no one to defend me, no one, because I never wrapped my mind. I'm trying not to cry right now.
You're right.
My voice is so shaky.
This call is from a federal prison.
I had wrapped my mind around how I was standing there. You know what I mean? Because I felt like for the law of ghost dope was put into place for like El Chapo. You know what I mean? Like people that they couldn't catch. And not one time was I ever raided or busted or undercover buy, or they never caught me. They never, like, if I sold all this drugs, then why didn't you catch me? If
Right.
all these different people that were going against me now were buying drugs from me, why did they never try to do a undercover buy or anything on me? Like, I just couldn't believe that there was no lie detector test to prove that these people were lying. Why wasn't there a lineup to prove that they really didn't know me? Why was there no proof to go along with the accusation? And so I think I was a little bit shocked at all of it. And then, I tried to say what I tried to say, and I don't think Judge McBride cared, like, because he was with them. Like, that is not an unbiased judge who was going to give me a fair trial, which is one reason I didn't go to trial, because there was no fairness at all in it. I knew I was hit from the very beginning,
Yeah, that's tough.
So yeah, it was heartbreaking because I just felt like, I'm an American citizen, and even though I'm a drug addict, and even though I have a bad criminal history, I still have a right to a fair trial. Yeah.
Since
I mean, if we had so much drugs, Dennis, if all this was true, why did no one have property? I didn't have property. I didn't have cars. I didn't have a house that belonged to me. Where was all this money at?
right,
That's what the ghost dope law is meant for, not for people like me.
I agree.
And I feel like they abused that law, and it was an abuse of power, is what it was. They used that law to railroad everyone, and it's just not right. No one cares. No one cares.
I definitely understand. What since sentencing, what has it been like for you? What have you been up to? What type of things have you done to better yourself? And
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
okay. I hate to cut you off, but I I don't have long, and I want to try to
Yep.
get out everything I want to say.
Yep.
I haven't. When I first got this sentence, I didn't do it well. I couldn't accept, and I tried to start doing better. And I've been working at Unicorn here for over a year, and I just try to do the best I can, and hope for someone to hear what happened to me and try to fight for me. And I believe in God heavily, so I do a lot of Christian. Like I'm on a spiritual journey for myself, so I believe in God, and I believe that He has a hand in maybe changing everything. And I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I definitely understand. I do. Right.
You know what I mean? When you're going to get out when you're 79 years old, what does it matter? You know? And I know that's a horrible way to look at it, but it's just real hard to deal with.
I understand. So, the purpose of this video is to let people know your situation, know what was going on down there in that district, and also to ask that they sign a petition that will be in the description of the video asking for some sort of relief from your sentence.
Yeah.
To those people, what do you have to say about what a second chance would mean for you, and why you should get that?
Gosh, I just want to say that I want relief, but I want this not to happen anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want it to be justice. I just want justice to be served, and it wasn't. I just want to be sentenced fairly. And if I did get a second chance, I mean, I can't say what I would do for sure because that would sound so fake to me, you know? But I know this. I know that I would go and try to give my kids the life back that I feel like I stole, you know? Because I feel like I took a lot from them because of my addiction. And I want to give back to them and let them know that I do care, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that I would try to save as many people from going down this road. So I'm not sure what I would do, but I know that there's a lot of things that I would try to change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I definitely want to thank you for your time and being vulnerable and talking about these things. I know it's been difficult. I know that 400 months doesn't make any sense at all for a nonviolent drug offender. Before we go, is there anything else that you would like to add or say?
Yeah, I just want to say I'm sorry that I cried.
No.
I don't do it for sympathy or pity. I just, I try to speak from my heart, and so I do get emotional, and no one deserves 33 years for addiction. I've never intentionally hurt anyone in my whole life, and I've never set out to hurt or get anyone on drugs. I think I was painted out to be a lot worse than what I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just want if they could just go back, if someone could just see what happened in our, then maybe someone can fight. I think everyone is scared of Judge McBride, and so no one really tried to fight for us. But what happened is not even possible, Dennis. It's not humanly possible for all the drug weight and all that to have really happened.
I agree.
I just hope that someone will see and fight for us.
I agree. Thank you again, Melissa. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
We just want to thank everybody again for watching the videos, for subscribing to the channel, for getting involved, for signing the petitions. Most of the people that watch these videos, this won't have any consequence on your life, but you're choosing to get involved because you see that there's an injustice. You see that something is wrong, and that's amazing, and we're just incredibly grateful for all of you. Please continue to help. Please continue to ask others to do the same. Thank you all, and God bless.